Hi students, welcome to this video session. My name is Samuel Chukwuemeka. In this video session, we shall discuss the APY, annual percentage yield. Annual percentage yield is used for comparing investments, and it is also sometimes referred to as the effective rate or true interest rate. Okay? Also referred to as effective rate or true interest rate. True interest rate. And as I said earlier, it is used for comparing investments. You want to make a good decision when you invest in money, your hard-earned money, if it is so. Okay, anyway, what is this APY actually? It is that simple interest rate that will yield the same amount as compound interest rate will yield in 1 year. Okay, so we are looking at just annual percentage yield. In 1 year, what is the rate that simple interest will yield? If it will yield the same amount, well, that's what amount will a simple interest rate yield when compared to an amount that a compound interest rate will yield in 1 year, okay, after 1 year. So we kind of want to know the amount that if you're depositing this money and the interest is based on a simple interest, and you deposit this money in another bank whereby it is compounded at an interest rate, you want to know the rate of simple interest. If it's going to give the same amount, I mean after 1 year, if the amount at simple interest will be the same thing as the amount at compound interest, then what rate at simple interest gave that amount? That is the annual percentage yield. And that is why it's called a true interest rate, actually. A true interest rate or an effective rate. Okay, so this is defined as the interest rate that will, simple interest rate, let's say simple interest rate, as a simple interest rate that will yield the same amount of money, okay, as equivalent to a compound interest amount, as equivalent to a compound interest amount after 1 year. So that interest, that simple interest rate that will yield the same amount, okay, when compared to a compound interest rate amount after 1 year, that is what we call the annual percentage yield. Okay, so let's derive the formula. Let's find the formula. Okay, so this means in deriving the formula, let's look at amount at simple interest after 1 year should give us amount at compound interest after 1 year. So what's the amount at simple interest? A is equal to P1 plus RT right? This is the amount, simple interest amount. What's the compound interest amount? A is equal to P 1 plus R over M MT. Okay, now I didn't say this, but before you view this video, please, before you view this video, make sure you view the video on simple interest, on compound interest, on continuous compound interest, and all the prerequisite videos to those videos. It is highly recommended that you do so before you continue with this. Okay, so now, so this is the amount, right? So after 1 year, okay, if T is equal to 1 year, T is equal to 1 year, so we have that amount will be P 1 plus R, because this is R times 1. R times 1. And then here will be AP 1 plus R over M, M times 1. Okay? So here, amount is equal to amount. So A will be P 1 plus R. Then here, A will be P 1 plus R over M raised to power M. Alright? So amount is equal to amount. Therefore, amount is equal to amount. Therefore, okay, I've got erase. You can take this down. I've got to erase this so that I can finish up, so I can have space to solve this. Okay, so we now see that P 1 plus R will give us P 1 plus R over M, M. Yeah, but this arrow here is equal to APY. Okay? Okay, the simple interest rate, is equal to this APY. So let's substitute. It. That means that P 1 plus APY is equal to P 1 plus R over M, M. Okay? So what we did here was substitute. Substitute this R here. The simple substitute R for APY. Okay? So that's what we have here. So now we want to find this, make APY the subject of the formula. Okay? Let's make APY the subject of the formula. So this is multiply, this multiply. Divide both sides by P. Divide both sides by P. So when you divide both sides by P, okay, P 1 plus APY divided by P will be P 1 plus R over M raised to power M divided by P. So P will cancel P. Okay, so you have that 1 plus APY is equal to 1 plus R over M all raised to power M. Okay, I'll still need the space so I can finish. So this tells you that therefore APY will now be 1 plus R over M, M minus 1. Because you're adding, subtract 1 from both sides. Okay? Or move this one over here. So this is our formula for APY. For compound interest. Okay? For compound interest. This is the formula for APY. For compound interest. This is for compound interest. Now, what of continuous compound interest? What of the APY for continuous compound interest? What of the APY for continuous compound interest? So this will be, of course, you equate, okay? Amount at simple interest is amount at continuous compound interest, okay? Amount at simple interest after 1 year is equal to amount at continuous compound interest after 1 year. Continuous compound interest after 1 year. So this means that A, P plus RT will be A. This means that A, the amount at simple interest after 1 year is A equal to P plus RT. I'm sorry. A equal to P 1 plus RT. A equal to P 1 plus RT, right? Okay. Then the amount at continuous compound interest after 1 year will be A equal to P ERT. Okay, that's why I said you should view the videos on that. Okay, so now our T is equal to 1 year. So this means that A equal to P 1 plus R times 1. And this is A equal to P E 1 R times T. Right? R times 1, I mean. R times 1. Okay? Right? Now let's finish it. So what would this be now? This will now be that A equal to P 1 plus R, and this is A equal to P E R. Okay, now this R is what? Your APY, your annual percentage yield. So this means that A equal to P 1 plus APY, and then this is A equal to P E R. Now your A is equal to A, okay? Your A is equal to A. So you have that P 1 plus APY equal to PER. Then you divide both sides by P. You now have that 1 plus APY equal to ER. And then you subtract 1. You subtract 1 from both sides. You now have that APY equal to ER minus 1. Continuous compound interest. This is for continuous compound interest. Okay? All right, let's do these questions and then we'll call it a day for today. Okay? All right. And let's take note of these formulas because it's important. So I'm going to write this other formula here. Continuous compound interest, APY equal to ER minus 1, right? Continuous compound interest. Just like if I shouldn't have cleaned it or erased it until I finished with that. Yeah, but I know PERT, ER minus 1. Okay, now let's do number 1. Number 1, what is the APY for money invested at 11% compounded semi-annually? Okay, A. So in this case, our R for the compound interest, okay? R is 11%, right? Which is what? 0.11. Are you with me? Okay. So what is the APY now? The APY will be 1 plus 0.11. Now, semi-annually means that M is compounded twice a year. So 0.11 divided by 2 raised to power 2 minus 1. So which is what now? What will it be? It will be 1 plus. Now, you can do this with your calculator. Hey, I put in my, let me see what I can bring. But I think you can, I've taught you how to do this, so you can kind of do it with your calculator. 0.11 divided by 2 is 0. If you're doing it step by step, 0.055 all squared minus 1. Remember, PEMDAS. Remember, B PEMDAS. B PEMDAS is important. Remember that. So this is 1.055 all squared minus 1. Okay, then you do the exponent, you do the parentheses, you do the division inside the parentheses, then you do the addition inside the parentheses, then you do the exponent, you square it, plus 1, then squared, then minus 1. So this is a 0.113025. And usually for the questions we have here, express it in 3 decimal places, okay? Express it in 3 decimal places. Round your answer to 3 decimal places. So to 3 decimal places will be what now? Well, before we do that, let's remember this is a rate. So like I said about interest rate, when you want to find the answer, you convert it to percentage. When you want to use it, you now convert it to decimal. So this is times 100, okay? So this is 11.302%, 11.303%. If we convert it to 3 decimal places, this is your answer. To 3 dp, 3 decimal places. Okay, 11.303%. All right, so that is for number 1A. So let's do for B, 12% compounded continuously. So 1B, compounded continuously, APY will be e raised to power r minus 1. So which is E, R will be 0.12, 12%, 0.12 minus 1. Okay, so you do shift E, then 0.12. So that will give me 1.127496852, then minus 1. And that will give me 0.12749685516. Multiply by 100 and express to 3 dp. 1212. So this is 12.750%. Or yeah, 12.750%. Apply 100 and express to 3 dp. To 3 decimal places. Yeah. So which one has the higher yield, higher return? Which one has the higher return? It is this one, 12% compounded continuously. Okay? All right, let's do number 2. Yeah, so. Number 2, 3 banks listed the following money market accounts. East Bank is 4.31% compounded continuously. South Bank is 4.35% compounded daily. North Bank is 4.36% compounded monthly. So find the annual percentage yield, and then who has the largest return? Which of the banks has the largest return? So don't just come and say because of this interest rate. No, remember, this is compounded continuously, this is compounded daily, this is compounded monthly at different rates. So let's find the APY so we know which one has the higher return, okay, that we will have to invest in. Now, for A, compounded continuously, the APY will be e raised to power r minus 1, right? which is now arrow will be 4.31%, which is what? 0.0431, right? So e raised to power 0.0431 minus 1. And let's round it to 3 decimal places. So shift E 0.0431 minus 1. So this is 0.044042229. Now, if we multiply by 100 and we round to 3 decimal places, it will give us what? 4.404%. 4.404%. So this is for East Bank. East Bank. Okay? Then B, South Bank, the APY, this is compounded daily. So compounded daily, M will be 365, okay? And your R will be 0.0435. So your APY will be 1 plus 0.0435 divided by 365, then raised to power 365 minus 1. So do it like we've been doing it. You have to do it order of operations, one at a time. So 0.0435 divided by 365 gives you that, then R plus 1 gives you that, then raised to power 365 gives you that, then minus 1 gives you that. Then multiply again, multiply by 100 and change to 3 decimal places. So I have APY to be 4.446%. 4.446%, and this is a South Bank. South Bank, 4.446%, and that's South Bank. Then the last one, C, for the North Bank, our arrow is 0.0436, right? And M is compounded monthly. Compounded monthly, M is 12. Okay, so our APY will be 1 plus 0.0436 over 12 raised to power 12 minus 1. So what is the APY? You do 0.0436 divided by 12, it gives you that, then plus 1 gives you that, then raised to power 12 gives you that, then minus 1. Okay, and then you multiply by 100 and round to 3 decimal places. It gave me 4.448%. Okay, so, and this is the North Bank. North Bank. All right, which bank would you invest in? Which bank has the largest return? This is 4.404 East, South Bank 4.446, North Bank 4.448%. Wow, North Bank? Ooh, I would say let this be the East Bank and this be the North Bank. I'm sorry. So that would be the North Bank, okay. North America. All right. Okay, North America. Okay. We'll finish number 2, right? Okay. So let's do number 3 and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so let me erase all this. So what does this tell you? To invest your money in North American banks? Are you sure? I don't know. Yeah. Yes, I'm sure. All right. Now, don't mind me. I'm just saying, trying to make this class fun, so you won't be bored with calculations, APY, interest rate, this, that. Okay, let's finish this. Okay. Number 3, a loan company wants to offer a CD with a monthly compounding rate. Now this is a compounded monthly that has an APY of 8.5%. What annual nominal rate, compounded monthly, should they use? What annual nominal rate? Okay. So in this case, they gave the APY and they're asking us for the compound interest rate. annual nominal rate, which is annual rate, but compounded monthly. Okay, this means that this is, we will not use this, okay? We will use this. APY is 1 plus R over M, M minus 1. And we have to find R. Okay, so let's solve it. Let's make R the subject of the formula. So this tells us that, can I use this here? APY is equal to 1 plus R over M, M minus 1. So this means that 1 plus R over M raised to power M minus 1 is equal to APY. I want to make R the subject of the formula. So this means that 1 plus R over M raised to power M is equal to APY plus 1. Right? APY plus 1. So, look, I want you to listen and listen well. If you have this, let me bring this. Listen, please. You know that 2 raised to power, that 4 squared is equal to what? 16, right? That means, you know what this means? This means that 4 is equal to 16 raised to power half. And you will ask me now, what magic did you just do? It's not magic. Look, I have 4 squared equal to 16, okay? If I want to remove this 2 as the exponent, what do I do? 4 raised to power 2. And I want to remove this 2 as the exponent. I will just multiply both exponents by half. So this 16 means 16 raised to power 1. You know that? Then I'll multiply it by half. So that means that these 2 will cancel 2. So 4 raised to power 1 will be 16 raised to power half. And if you view my video on exponents, which is important, this means square root of 16. That is what it means. This means square root of 16. Yeah, which gives you 4. So it applies, it just applies that way, okay? If I have 4 raised to power 3 to give me 64, that means that 4 will be 64 raised to power 1 over 3, because I multiply both exponents by 1 over 3, so that I leave that alone, okay? Or I'll just take the cube root, I can say take the cube root of both sides, or multiply the exponent by 1 over 3, okay? Here, take the square root of both sides, or multiply the exponent by 1 over 2. That is the way we do it, okay? If you say take the cube root of both sides, that will mean cube root of 4 cubed equal to cube root of 64. And this will be 4 cubed 1 over 3, because cube root means 1 over 3, equal to cube root of 64, okay? And then that means that 4 will be cube root of 64. Because this 3 will cancel this 3. This means 3 times 1 over 3. And this 3 here cancels this 3. Or 3 divided by 3, 1. So that's the way we do it. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because in this case, where we want to find out, excuse me. In this case, we want to find R, and we have M. M, I will take the nth root of both sides. For me to find R, I've got to relieve this guy. These people here are in bondage. M is holding them. This M exponent is holding them. So for me to release R, I will have to relieve whoever is holding them hostage. So this will be, I will say multiply both exponents by 1 over M, or take the nth root of both sides. So what I will write is multiply both exponents by 1 over M, or I will say take the nth root of both sides. Is the same thing. So what would this be now? This will be 1 plus R over M raised to power M times 1 over m equal to APY plus 1 raised to power 1 over m. Okay, it will be everything. Now, do not, I repeat, do not, please, write this as APY raised to power 1 over m plus 1 raised to power 1 over m. Do not do this, please. Do not ever do this. Do not ever do this like this. Please, do not. This is not the same thing. So, this m will cancel m. So I have that 1 plus r over m will give me APY plus 1 raised to power 1 over m. Or the mth root. You can call this mth root of APY. Mth root. So now, I will now have subtract 1 from both sides. So r over m will be APY plus 1 raised to power 1 over m minus 1. And then you multiply both sides by m. Multiply both sides by m. So r will be m times APY plus 1 raised to power 1 over m minus 1. M times everything here. And that's it. That's it. It's a long formula, right? Okay, let's finish this, please. Let's finish it. So let me erase this. So our m here, compounded monthly. So our m is 12. Okay? Our m is 12. And then our APY is 8.5%. Of course, we change it to 0.085 because it was given to us, so we change it. Okay? So what would this be now? So our R will be 12, then 0.085 plus 1 raised to power 112, 1 over 12, then minus 1. Okay? So R will be 12, do it PEMDAS, 1.085 raised to power 1 over 12 minus 1. Okay, how do you find the 12th? This means 12th root. 12th root of 1.085. Listen. Please listen. That means 12th root, okay? In your calculator, your scientific calculator, even the one on your computer, right? You have y raised to power x. Some people have x raised to power y. And some people just have it like this, raised to power this. Okay, on top of this, if you have this below, on top of it, you probably have the x root of y. X root of y. Here you probably have the y root of x. And here you just have maybe n. You have maybe n. Some people have it x. It depends on what you have in your scientific calculator. So, if I'm doing this thing with the calculator, my calculator here, 12th root. The one I have is x root. This is the one I have in my calculator here. And it is on top of this guy. So that means I have to press shift in order to get it. I have to press shift in order to get it. So I want to find the 12th root of that. So I'll just do I first of all press 12, then I press shift, then I press x root of, I press 12 first, then I press shift, and I press x root, that, then I press 1.085, and it gives me this 1.006821493, right? So 12 times 1.006821493 minus 1. So this tells you that if you multiply this 12 times, it will give you this. That's just what it means. If you multiply it 12 times, it will give you that 1.085. That's what it means. Then you do minus 1. Okay? It gives you 12 times 0.006821493. And when you multiply it by 12, let's round up to 3 decimal places. Multiply by 12, and it will be 0.0818579. So. Then times 100, so we can do it. So it will be 8.186%. 8.186%. Okay. If you want to do this with the calculator on your computer, then this is what you do. I have my calculator pulled up already. You go to view, go to scientific. Then in this case, you do it. You do just like in the calculator, we press 12 first, right? But that's in my calculator, I press 12 first. But in the calculator you use here, you have to press the 1.085 first. And then we're looking for this wide root of x is right here, wide root of x. Wide root of x. So first of all, to find the 12th root of 1.085, you first of all press 1.085. Okay, I tapped it twice, so let me 1.085. Okay, then you press the wide root of x, and then you press 12, and you press equal to. So that gave us 1.0068 stuff. There, it's a long number. Then you do minus 1 equal to this, and then you multiply by 12 times 12. And that gives you 0.0818 that, and then you do times 100. That's 8.186%. Okay. All right. I think that is it. That means that this rate, when we use this rate, we'll get the APY of 8.5%. And if you want us to check it, you know how we can check it? We can actually check it by plugging it back. This is the way we can check it. The way we can check it is, if we plug this back, APY equal to 1 plus R. R is 0.018. I mean 0.08186. Okay? All over M is 12. Then raised to power 12, then minus 1. Do this and tell me what you get as your APY. So if you do this, 0.08186 divided by 12, then plus 1, then raised to power 12, then minus 1. You get 0.08500, which is 8.5%. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for listening, students. We've come to the end of this video session. If you are my student, please, and you don't understand this, then contact me through the email of the school. Okay, that's use my school email. But if you're not my student, you can either contact me from the YouTube page, or you go to my website, www.samuelchukwuemeka.com. Thank you so much, students, for listening to this presentation, and you have a great day.